Hello everyone. So myself Anusha. Today I'm going to discuss about the concept called stream IO, so which is in Java. And in that I'm going to discuss with the concept called random access file operations. So in the last video, we have come across with the concepts reading and writing console inputs and outputs. So here we are going to discuss with random access file operations. So which is the random access file in Java is nothing but a class. So which allows data to be read from and write to any location in the file. That means here we are going to read the data from the file which is in any location. In the same way, we are going to write the data to the file which is existing in any location. So here we can say that, in other words, we can say that random access file class allows creating files that can be used for reading and writing data with random access over here. So that is why here we are specifying the class called random access file. So this is the constructor which we are using. Okay, so this actually I told you that random access file is nothing but a class. So by making use of this same class, here we are going to create a constructor with the same class name called random access file. But here, if you observe, so this is the specification which I have mentioned, like a random access file. One is with the file string mode and another one is the random access file with string name string mode. So this constructor, that is random access file string mode, is nothing but it is going to create a string so to read from, and it is optionally creating for write to, and this particularly the file is specified by the file argument. So that's why we have mentioned here like file. Whereas if you are coming across with this random access file, here we are specifying the file with the name. So that's why we have mentioned here like string name. Okay, so this random access file is nothing but a class in Java. So the main intention of this random access file is to read the data from the file and write the data to the file which is existing in any location. So to get access for that location, file which is located in different locations, so we are making use of this class. So as we know that constructor is a type of method which we have to define with the same class name. So here we are just defining with the same called random access file. And as if the file we are passing with the file arguments instance, we need to represent like file and string mode. And then if we are specifying with the particular string name in the sense, then that is the name of the file in the sense, then we are specifying the random access file string name string mode. So this is what this random access file operation is meant for. Next, coming across with the console class. So as we know that console class is going to provide us methods to access the character-based console device. Okay, so if it is associated with any of the current Java virtual machine object. So mainly this console class is used to read from and write to the console if one exists. So mainly this console is primarily a convenience class. We are saying this console as a convenience class because most of its functionality is available through system.in and system.out. As we have discussed in the earlier video that system.in is a reading console input and system.out is a writing console output. So for checking with these functionalities, so we are making this usage of this console class. So this console supplies no constructors. Instead, a console object is obtained by calling the system.console. So however we are making use of this system.in and system.out, here also we can make use of the system console. Okay. So mainly we are saying that so console class is also providing us to access the character-based console devices. So mainly we are using this console class to read the data from the file and write the data to the console. So here, this is the example. So how we will be writing this data to the file over here. So I have just defined the console. This is nothing but which is existing in the package called java.io.console. Okay. Okay, and here I'm specifying the class name. So then I'm going to represent the console. So however we are going to define a method. Okay, so this console class is also providing us to define a method only. So console C is equal to system.console. And I just want to print a statement called enter your name. Okay, so I'm not giving this a static representation. I'm going to read that at the runtime. So I have given the dynamic representation over here. So my dynamic representation is, as the enter your name is a string based, here I'm going to make use of the read line. So this concept I have already discussed in reading console input. So for reading the characters and for reading the strings, what we are using. So as it is a string, I need to read the string from the keyboard now. So that's why I'll be making use of a method called read line over here. So string n is equal to c dot read line. C is nothing but the object which we have created for the console. So next, I'll be printing out the statement. That means welcome to that whatever the input we have passed through this read line. Okay, so finally the output will be like this. So if we try to run this program, it will ask for enter your name. Then dynamically we have to enter the name over here. So which it will be read through this red line. Okay, read line. Okay, and next, after reading all the strings from the keyboard, then it is going to print the statement called welcome to that names which we have specified through the keyboard. So this is what the console is meant for. So finally, I just want to conclude that. So console is primarily a convenience class only. Okay, so because most of its functionality is available through this system.in and system.out only. Okay, so mainly to read from and to write to the console, here we are making use of the console class. Next, coming across with the concept called serialization. So mainly this serialization is nothing but the process of writing the state of an object to a byte stream. That means we are trying to convert, or else we are trying to represent the state of an object to a byte stream over here. So if you see this diagram, so this is the representation. We are trying to write the state of an object to a byte stream. So this is useful whenever we want to save the state of your program to a persistent storage area. Persistent in this is constant. Okay, so whenever we want to save the state of our program to a constant storage area, such as files, so then we will be making use of this serialization process. Okay. So reverse to that, the serialization is nothing but deserialization. So whereas in serialization, we are going to convert our object to a, that means object state of an object to a byte stream. Whereas in the deserialization, so we are doing this reverse process of serialization. That means we will be converting the byte streams into object state over here. Okay, so that is nothing but representation of serialization and then deserialization. So serialization is nothing but a process of writing the state of an object to a byte stream. Okay. So we are making use of this serialization to save the state of our program to a persistent storage area. So this is the example of that serialization. So if you observe in this example, here student class is going to implement the serializable called interface. Okay, so this serializable is nothing but an interface over here. So that's why we have used the keyword called implements. And this serializable interface is already existing in the package called java.io.serializable. So that's why I have represented the package. And then as serializable is an interface, I have just implemented that interface with the class called student. Now, so its objects can be converted into stream over here. So the main class representation is represented over here. Here we are trying to convert it into the object type to the byte stream over here. So this is how we are representing. So I have represented here with the ID and then name, where ID is an integer and name is nothing but a string. So for avoiding the confusion, I have used this keyword. So this dot ID and then this dot name. So this is how we are representing the serialization for just writing our object streams into the byte streams over here. Okay, so if we just have to get the clarity that what is the serialization and what is the deserialization. So serialization is nothing but writing the state of an object to a byte stream, whereas deserialization is nothing but the reverse of the serialization. Okay, so that is nothing but byte stream to the object state over here.